Welcome y'all again to another BANGover Productions podcast interview. We're still working on titles. That shit is way too fucking long to say. This is an interview. It's not really an interview. I just want to sit down with a friend and talk and chit chat and see where this goes. I'm with Blaine Dismukes.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Dismukes?
Dismukes. Like mucus?
Like mucus.
Yeah.
Dismukes, bass player for Sexcult, which you might know him for. And other endeavors. I'm not saying you're a one-trick pony or anything.
I am.
But
More of a performer than a bass player.
Bassist Blaine Dismukes is with us today. And we're just wanting to sit down and talk some of the fun stuff that we found of your first band.
No, that's so weird.
Because of us knowing each other and then meeting Bria. I'm sorry, I just forgot her name. I'm so sorry. She's gonna listen. I love you. Fucking.
What's the name of my fucking live-in girlfriend again?
You introducing her to me, and then her meeting you because you guys lived at the same place together. You come here from Seattle. Was that where you were like born, raised, or?
No, I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then I moved to Dallas whenever I was 13. And then I moved to Seattle whenever I was 15 and left whenever I was 17. And while I was there, I was in a band called the Clarapellers. And Bria is really close friends with this guy who is a fan of that band. And whenever she moved down here, like, he hit me up on Facebook because we've, kept in touch through social media for, like, forever. He's like, hey, like, I have this really cool friend, just moved down there. She knows nobody, like, show her around. And then fucking night one, we go see Daikaiju.
Right.
And
the history starts there. Like, the story begins, right? That was the night.
Her then. And I end up playing for Daikaiju.
Yeah, and then you end up playing for Daikaiju. Daikaiju came in and played drums for Sexcult. Bria came and started this production company with us. It all coming back full circle today, my friend.
Insane.
You sitting down on the fucking podcast. And we do have the oldest iPod in the world with the Clarapellas on it. Yes. Today I wanted to tell you that we were going to do something for you, Blaine, because I like you so much. We're going to upload this shit onto the internet, and we're going to get you the fucking actual copy so you can have them.
Dude, serious?
Yeah, we can get this onto fucking iTunes.
Just have to... It is incredible,
we have to do it before
dude.
This motherfucker dies, dude, because it is... What year model is that?
Dude, yeah. This is me at like 16, 17. And I haven't heard this until like today. Until today.
It's the best.
Like, yeah, since I joined the band.
And it's my first time listening, because I want to, be in the reaction area with you. It's just
so random.
Yeah.
The lyrics suck so hard, but like the music's kind of great. Yeah.
A lot of bass. But that punk rock style, you get that heavy bass.
That's not me playing the bass, that's the guitarist playing. And then they had like 2 shows, and then the bassist, something happened to him, and then I was walking across the street. I lived across the street from the school, right? And the singer of this band was this big jack dude named fucking Spencer. And he would smoke in like my driveway, and my dad would get so pissed off. He'd go out there with like a fucking stick and like shake off the smokers and shit. Get out of here! Yeah, and like fucking like I was in jazz band. He went out there with a little bat, like my t-ball bat, from whenever I was like 9.
We have a problem.
Yeah, like the bat's like it's like the size of this drumstick.
Oh my God.
And he's just like poking a van.
Hey!
Hi, kids, this ain't no smoking hole. And like, everybody would make fun of him, and I was so ashamed to say that was my dad. They would all say,
"Oh my God, for real?"
Yeah, because like this is Seattle.
Oh,
we're
that
from
one
the
guy
South.
that pokes a stick at people.
I mean? Yeah, they're like, Hank Hill came out here, talk about propane. You know what I mean?
You're like, yeah, that guy's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Yeah, and I was walking back from jazz band because I was part of jazz band in high school. And Spencer stopped me and like puts his hand on my chest. It's like smoking. He's like, "What's in the case?" And I'm like, "It's a guitar." And he's like, "What kind of guitar?" Bass guitar. Is it a good like, are you good at bass? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good, I guess.
I'm in jazz training classes.
Yeah, exactly. And I already had a copy of their demo. I would listen to it on my Walkman while walking around. And he was like, well, I'm in a band, and you're in my band now. I'm going to pick you up tomorrow.
That's like literally the story of like.
Yeah.
I think that happened in The Dirt as well. He's like, well, now you're in the band. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 5. It's
Yeah.
like, okay,
and I was
okay.
like, yeah. And the whole day I was like, they're full of shit. They're never going to fucking pick me up. You know what I mean? Like, and I like sat there and like waited. This is before cell phones. Before I had a cell phone.
You were 17?
Yeah, this was well before like everybody had cell phones. This was like 2003.
Right.
You know,
your fucking cell phone was like a fucking Nokia. And
yeah, exactly.
Brick of a fucking
rich
walkie-talkie.
kids had them. Suburban kids had them. This was not suburbia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, paying a fucking a penny per a fucking text. Yeah, fucking.
You remember the old fucking
letter.
commercials for text messages? It was like,
oh right, yeah.
You remember that? It was like Carson Daly teaching a class of high schoolers. He's like, "What's the best way to communicate in fucking the new millennium?" And someone's like writing notes and like tossing them over each other, and they're like, "No, it's text messages."
Making it popularized.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
People fucking. I guess they had to do a marketing scheme to get people into texting.
Yeah.
Like calling someone on the phone wasn't a fucking marvel in itself. To like, let's just send like messages, like words back and forth. It's
you
like,
know, with no like feeling behind them whatsoever. You know, like
shit gets taken
let that shit like.
Thanks, Carson Daly.
Yeah, you know.
Fucking dick.
But yeah, so I'm like waiting outside. I'm like with hands on the fucking windowsill like a puppy dog. And then he rolls 10 deep and takes me down to Broadway, where I'd never been before. I'd only lived there for a year and a half. And we go to like some skinhead show.
Oh,
out of
cool.
Everything. Well, no, not like back up there. Like they have this big gang called the Sharps.
Oh, and they're not that type of skinhead.
Yeah,
that you're
Skinheads Against Racist and Prejudice was the acronym
the good
for
kind,
Sharps.
yeah,
yeah, and everything. He takes us to that shit and just kind of sees what I'm made of. Like if I can hang, you know what I mean? And I'm all like wasted. I drink my first 40 of 211, and that's like the fucking thing for the song on number 5 right there, for the drinking song, is like that's because you can tell like
remember how
for
to
this
operate
entire demo, it's just a bunch of nervous kids. It's the drinking song, so they're always saying weird shit in between them. You know. Wait, can we hear it? Right there. This is whenever you could say gay. Yeah.
This is punk rock, y'all. Don't get offended, all right? Is this you on the recording?
No.
But these are the songs that you had to like learn how to play.
I had to learn them and like. And I didn't.
There's a lot of bass too.
Yeah, it's mainly bass driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. And like we like got in like some kind of street fight. Like got like a weird like I was like all drunk. I was like, someone pierced my lip or my ear or something. You know, like fucking like some kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, drunk off of like some malt liquor.
Yeah.
Fucking hanging out with these punk rockers,
terrible.
nervous
like, you gotta
as fuck.
drink it real fast. Like, drink it real. Like,
It's better when you drink it faster.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that was it. And I don't know, man. And that was my first intro into playing any kind of fucking shows. Or any kind of punk rock for that matter. Like, they asked me what I liked, what my influences were, and I was like, I like Rancid, and they're like, Rancid's lame. And I was like, well, I also really like the Germs, and like, who else was I really big into at the time? Like the Misfits and Reagan Youth. So those are 3 staples. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that can
you're
get
into
you
punk
in the
rock.
door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like this is your first introduction. Like, what's this? And they're like, it's new, and they just like turn up fucking. The Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that was it. And then it was just like so bananas that like here we are 15 years later and we're hanging out at the Tankard at work. And then like I'm like, oh, the first band was this band called Clara Pellers, and like Bria literally gets up and like flips over the fucking like table.
Didn't even know this because you guys already known each other for more than a year at this point, but
yeah,
didn't never didn't make that connection that you guys were kind of close to each other and never maybe seen each other but never realized it
like
in some way.
There's no way that I have not met her whenever I was like a kid. You know what I mean? But you know,
and she was there hanging out with these same people.
Yeah,
you know
probably.
She was like 15.
I remember the first fucking time I ever
girl.
played on stage. It was at this like really big place, and it was this big fucking like production deal, and a bunch of people were there, and they were releasing this comp CD that was with maybe 30 bands from Seattle, and if you bought a pair of Vans shoes in Seattle, you got this comp CD stuck
cool, man.
right in the thing with the shoe, and we were on that. And so like it was like packed, like bigger than anything that you and I have ever played, or like with Sexcult. I mean, you know,
still probably.
Yeah, and I remember there was this dude in a fucking wheelchair in a mosh pit, just like knocking people over, just rolling people down, and shit. And then like we broke some stupid Squire, and then out of nowhere, like later on, I'm like shit faced in the parking lot. Someone asked me for my autograph. You know what I mean?
This is like your first show with them?
Yeah, my first show with them.
What would you say, like 300 people were there or something?
4.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
Yeah,
you were
I was
right?
fucking terrified, dude. I was terrified. I was falling all over the place. And like fucking one of the dudes was like, I dare you to like jump into Spencer. And Spencer's like a Coke machine with legs and just fucking knocks me over.
I heard this guy's like super ripped. So he has this weird type of medical condition. That,
it was. He had it's like the opposite
a cool
of
medical condition.
It is a cool medical condition. It was like the opposite of body Jesus Christ. Sorry, I burped.
Oh, you're disgusting.
What is it? What is it, like muscle dysphoria or muscle
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, like where like your muscles just like start deteriorating, but his was the opposite. It would just build and build and build and build to like the point where they're saying that he probably wouldn't be able to walk at the age of 30. Like his fucking calves were insane. Like he was like a fucking superhuman.
Yeah, and it's like cursed with the other half of being a superhuman.
Yeah,
like, my muscle,
like the first
just
half
like
of your
killing
life,
you're
gonna get so late,
choking,
and then the second half of your life it's gonna suck so hard.
It's just inflating. I hope that guy's doing good.
I haven't talked to him since 2006.
Shout out to Spencer. I hope you're doing good.
Yeah, no, for
anyone
real.
over there is listening.
Yeah. And the guy that wrote all the music in it, which would kind of be like the Mike of our band, was this guy named Kyle. And I think he's gone on to like win some shit in Seattle he's like in an indie band that's doing really well. You know,
so he kept going with it.
He kept going with it. Spencer became a fucking body piercer and moved out to fucking like Miami, and no one ever heard from him again.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, so maybe usually whenever people get into like,
but you're there
disabled,
like fucking 400 people, and I'm sure
maybe not 4, but
a lot of fucking folks.
A lot.
Were you nervous as fuck? Right?
Yeah, looking back on it 15 years later, it might have been 200 people, but it looks like 400 in my memory. You know what I mean?
You're walking out there and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm scared as fuck. Like, they dressed me up like a doll. You know what I mean? I had no fucking, like, punk clothes whatsoever. So I'm wearing, like, Spencer's fucking, like, tight pants, which are baggy as fuck on me. And then, like, his girlfriend's fucking shirt.
Should have wore her pants.
I know, right? You know? And then, like, I don't know. And I had, like, long hair, and they were like, you need to like cut it into something punk. So like we like cut it into like a double lock.
Damn, dude, they were just like turning you into this person that they were like, we need you to do this.
Yeah, we need you. We need to make this.
I didn't even want to join the band. I wasn't even into it. They were like, I'm. You're a part of this band now.
Yeah.
You're getting up on stage. Stop being a pussy. Drink that beer.
Yeah. Totally.
Drink.
Yeah, no, for real. And like, meanwhile, my dad's just kicking my ass the entire way along. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know, you remember that movie, School Rock?
Yeah.
You remember whenever the kid like learns how to play rock and roll?
On the,
and he's like, don't you be practicing not your fucking instructed material. No more rock and roll, you hear right? You know what I mean?
So you're in there now doing
and then they're playing fucking punk bass and not doing like, you know, slap, fucking funk, 12-bar blues, all these standards that you have to learn.
There's sheet music that
I'm not sight reading sheet music. I'm sitting there learning how to play from ear for the first time ever.
Right, which is good. To have both of those
it's very
super important.
You need that shit as a musician. Like, it's so important, and it's so
well-trained ear.
Yeah, you need a well-trained ear, and you also need to step outside of your comfort zone. every time. Like, I think anybody that plays metal should learn how to play classical. Anybody that plays classical should learn how to play from jazz.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
If you're in a metal band, you should like play other styles. If you're in a punk band,
Absolutely.
you should play other. Like, doesn't matter what you do. Get outside the realm, and you can learn something new and interesting to bring to your metal band.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That was how I always think about it. It's like I got to learn these other styles like cumbia and stuff like that to get some like tribal beats and add it into my metal songs, and like my band. So no, that's super important to have both of those, but I'm sure you were like 17, you're like, this is cool as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And all you wanted to do is play like punk rock. You're like,
dude.
fuck this sheet music. That's how I felt too. I was like,
no, dude. Yeah.
fuck instructional fucking videos and this goddamn book on rudiments.
Yeah.
Dick.
Totally. And like whenever I had moved back to Seattle, because like my dad had like kind of like was wayward after I was 12 and I was 17, he kept treating me like I was 12. So like that was like another like reason why he was like being like, hey, like you gotta learn to be like, you want to play music? All right, well you have to practice like 3 hours a day. And like he would like beat my ass if I would not practice for 3 hours a day. And like that
he was like trying to get you
not like physically, but like mentally.
Like,
you know what I mean? He'd like come down like,
you're gonna do it right.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna math skills suck. You're gonna fucking make it like as a scientist.
Really, this is
super
all
good
you
at the
got.
bass. You motherfuckers, that's all you have.
That's that is kind of cool though that he was
It
like
is cool. He's
he was
super
pushing
supportive.
the bass.
No, yeah, he was
like
pushing
an instrument.
It. Yeah, it was something I found, and I appreciate that he did that because my dad is an artist and he makes his money off of artwork still to this day. That's his only occupation.
Well, goddamn, then he knows the importance of like really
exactly.
putting in
like,
the time and effort
it.
to make this happen.
I needed it,
Right.
But he should have been a little more accepting of like, oh, this
It was,
punk, and now you're playing
different
music.
time, yeah.
Yeah, different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You show a hippie punk music, they're like, what is this crap? You know what I mean? You want some real music?
Yeah.
Here's fucking whatever.
Yeah, pulls out his fucking record player, dust off his record.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
how long did you play with that band? I mean,
months, not even a whole year. The band broke up. Like the band's lifespan was like probably under a year.
wow. And people loved them apparently.
Yeah, and for somehow like whenever I joined the band, like we went to go meet with this production dude that was putting our that one song in the fucking shoebox of Vans in Seattle. And they were like, hey, we can set you guys up with a fucking like tour this summer because I mean we know that you're all in high school. And then the guy was just like, nah, fuck you. And I was like, what? Like, I've been in this band for a week, and I know that this is a bad move. You know what I mean? Like, but whatever, man. I ended up moving back to Texas, so it didn't matter for me.
Right. But still, what a crazy, introduction into rock and roll music and
it was
being
weird.
in a band on stage for the first time.
Yeah. What was your first show, man?
My first show?
Yeah.
Shit. Hold on 1 minute on that thought. Can we turn off that AC unit? I gotta turn off this fan. I'm so sorry.
God damn, as soon as I asked a question about you, you're like,
I gotta go.
never mind. I gotta turn off a fan.
Oh, see the time?
Yeah, my first show. Let's not talk about my first show.
Okay.
It was at Epstein's house.
I listened back to these things and I apologize for the audio before because I hate that sound of the fan.
It's all good.
It's that white noise. It's not too bad, but I really do pick out stuff like that. My first show
Yeah, your first
was
show.
with this fella right over here, our producer
Fucking
Chris
Chris.
Myers, and we were in a band called Gorehound. And the coolest thing was, it was the night before our first show, we went to go see Pentagram. This is when Pentagram...
Yes!
This was like 2006, 2007 when they came back, and it was like their first like round of these reunion shows.
That documentary had come out, I think.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
The Last Days Here?
Yeah, so I think it was around that time.
Yeah, and we were like we were already listening to those albums like way before, and we were like,
Wow.
holy shit, they're coming. And it was
2006?
2007,
06.
something like this. Yeah,
Before
fucking
01 was put in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking. It was at the old emos, and I like seeing the band set up. It was kind of weird. It was like, man, like these
So this is the
roadies.
night
These
before-
roadies look really old,
Wait,
and it was
this
like,
is the-
oh, it's the fucking
The
band
night
setting up
before,
their-
did you guys
the
open for
night
fucking
before.
Pentagram?
No, the night before. Before the first show we were ever gonna play.
Pentagram.
The reason why I'm talking about this is
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
some guy like jumped in the mosh pit and was just fucking slamming around. And I never start mosh pits. I instigate a mosh pit. I'll push the guy and keep him going, right?
Right.
And this fucking guy that had a camera started fucking getting pissed and fucking flipped out and for whatever reason grabbed me. like by my fucking neck and was like, you need to stop right now. And I said, dude, get your fucking hands off me. And he was like, you need to calm down. And before he even finished that sentence, I fucking nailed him right in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Knocked him out, dude. It was like a cartoon. I was so surprised by how he fell and the crowd caught him.
How old are you? You're my same age, so you have to be like...
I was like
18. Yeah, right.
I fucking knocked this dude the fuck out and the crowd catches on. I was like, whoa, like surprised what I did.
You know your own strength.
And out of fucking nowhere, someone gets me in a fucking headlock. And I immediately flip out, just start frailing my fucking legs around, trying to get this guy off me. And I was about to do that, like, over the head punch to start hitting this guy in the fucking face. And I thought for 1 second, I was like, shit, it's probably security.
Was it?
No, security broke me and a guy that was trying to be a fucking hero that night. A guy that was going to he was trying to be a hero, and he thought I was being the asshole. So a fucking random crowd member grabbed me in that headlock. And as soon as I saw it wasn't security that put me in that headlock, I immediately attacked that guy. Like, jumped over security where they had to, like, grab me and pull me. Lifted me up off the ground, 3 guys, walked me over to the bar and the manager where the guy I punched in the face was standing. His fucking face was covered in blood.
Damn, dude.
I broke his fucking nose and, like, his mouth was bleeding, too. He was like, look what you fucking did to this guy. And I was like, dude, this fucking guy would, like, put his hands on me first. I fucking told him to stop. I hit him. Like, I hit him once, and there was, sorry. And they're like, we're gonna have to get you out of this show. And I'm like, whatever. It was during the encore, and Chris was there too. Seeing this guy just frailing around, like, because when he had me in that headlock, I was literally like
you're like fucking, like, there's the pit, and then there's like 3 rows of people, and then there's Chris.
It was like off to the right side, like stage left. Like, but in the crowd, it was off to the right side by those speakers over there at the old emos. And I was, like, frailing so hard in that headlock, like, I was spinning around to try to throw momentum, or use momentum to throw this guy off me.
Yeah.
And so I was dancing with this guy pretty much. I was like, whee! Well, he was, like, holding my fucking body.
Dancing anyways?
I could have literally, like, I spun him up so hard, I could have just let my legs off the ground, and we would have just spun around in a fucking circle. Like a ballet fucking dancer move. But
that's a pretty hardcore story, dude.
They kicked me out of the shows, the last 2 songs, so what? Fuck it, I'm going to sit out here, I'm going to wait for Chris, I'm going to wait for Ryan to get out. The show's about to be over. And I'm sitting outside smoking a cigarette, and out comes the guy that I've just punched in the face. And I thought he was going to, like, I thought, okay, this happened, whatever. I thought he was going to be like, hey, man, sorry about that, or, like, some sort of apology. I was going to apologize to him and be like, hey, sorry, misunderstanding. Brothers, and, we're here for a reason because we love this band, like, we should be friends. I don't know why we're fighting. And no, he came out to keep the fight going. And I'm sitting against this wall smoking a cigarette, and he starts pushing me. And he was like, what, bitch? What? Because I didn't realize.
Was his face still all fucked up?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Well, of course
his girlfriend.
It was. But I mean,
his
as he, like,
girlfriend was
wiped
with
off
him.
the blood.
But I didn't realize his girlfriend was fucking with him. And that's why he came back out to try to prove a point. Yeah. And she's like, fucking, go inside, stop. And he's like, what, motherfucker? And I'm like, dude, like, you better leave me the fuck alone.
How much older is this dude than you? I'm imagining him being older.
This guy was literally a foot taller than me and must have had over 100 pounds.
Jeez.
He was a tall guy. And he kept pushing me.
But was he like a youngster like you, or was he like in his 30s?
He must have been in his 30s when I was, like, literally 18, 19, something like that.
But he still has the mentality of an 18-year-old.
Apparently, he's a fucking child. So he keeps pushing me against the wall, and fucking, I back up and I'm like, dude, better fucking go now. And he comes in and I flick my cigarette at him. And he
You ever seen Star Wars in 3D, motherfucker?
See, the thing was, I wasn't trying to hit him with a cigarette, but I learned this trick from an old biker that you would flick a cigarette at someone and they would go to dodge the cigarette and you immediately go in with a punch. So that's what I did. Flick the cigarette, he dodged that, but I immediately got him with a punch because I saw where his head was moving.
Wow.
So hit him again. And then he's way bigger than me.
Did he get one shot?
No, he just grabs me by the shirt and slams me on the ground. I had bruises all over my back. Yeah. And I literally had my feet up against his jaw with my fucking shoulders dug into the street on 6th Street as cars are driving by and people are walking by. I have this guy in a fucking UFC, like, fucking armbar move trying to, like, pull off.
Damn.
He fucking drags me. I get the fuck up and he fucking grabs me by the throat and throws me against the wall. And I fucking hit him 1 or 2 more times, and he finally let go.
Do you have, like, any kind of martial art training, dude?
No, none at all. But there was none at all. But he put me in the position. I was trying.
Were you, like, a fan of the UFC?
I
were you
fucking
like,
love
if this
wrestling.
ever happens, I'm gonna.
I'm a fan of wrestling. He threw me on the ground, and for him to so he wasn't on top of me.
I picture like Scott.
I put my legs up. I put my legs up to be like, get the fuck off me, because I got these. Look at my legs. I'm a fucking set of limbs over here. My legs are my best weapon. Yeah. And I'm a drummer, and I love double bass, so I was kicking at him. I was kicking. And he's choking me, and this homeless guy is standing next to me, and he was like, had a razor in his hand. He was like, dude, what? Take the razor. And I was like, what the fuck? Razor? What the fuck? Like, so I can cut this guy. Grab the razor, cut this fucker in the face, and beat the shit out of him.
Did he really pass you a razor?
He was trying to hand me a razor as he's choking me out against the wall.
Like a loose razor.
It was a loose,
that's impossible to pick up.
A loose, rusty razor.
He's gonna cut the underneath of your fingernails.
He was like trying to feed a horse with it, flat palmed it. Dude, take it. You're losing the fight. This guy's choking the shit out of me. I had marks all over my fucking neck afterwards. And I get it fucking away from him, and I immediately go back to the door guy, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You guys put me out here with this asshole. I didn't want to go to jail. If a cop would have drove by, we both would have went to jail. Yeah.
You went to jail then?
No, if a cop would have, we both would have gone to jail. Okay. And a fucking fight's over, and I'm exhausted, dude. At this point, like, that was a hell of a tussle, right? Yeah. And no, I think I was like 21 at the time, because I was like I was drinking, and I was pretty drunk, and I think you were gonna drive anyways. And fucking Chris drove home, but I had a fucking, like, a black eye, because I guess he did get me, like, in a fucking punch or something. Bruises all over my fucking back and my fucking neck.
Fucking 2 decades.
Handprints.
And 100 pounds on you.
Well, I left him bleeding one more time. His face was bleeding again. So I was like, yeah, bitch, I kind of won. I'm fucking
No, it sounds like you did. I mean,
I think.
But it's funny, though, like, I just imagine in my head, like, you watching UFC or old westerns and like pausing it and then like acting it out like with a shadow.
I did that with kung fu movies.
Blam! Alright, fucking I did blam-o!
I put my brother in the hospital a couple of times.
How many siblings do you have?
I only have I have 2 sisters, a brother, but my brother's the only one I really talk to, so he was the one I grew up with.
Older, younger, baby?
Younger brother. I think you've met Kevin before.
I think I have. Yeah, he was at our first show.
Fucking yeah, we used to watch wrestling all the time.
It was us and Flooded Tomb at Texas Smith, and he was also at that shit
Anderson
that Alex
Pub.
book. Yeah, right.
Yeah, where we did the double bangers of Sexcult. I played twice in one night. It was
a solid crowd of 6.
Yeah, that one was. You know what I love about that venue? It had fucking arcade machines. I was just playing Soul Cow, like the original Soul Cow. Like,
dude, what's your favorite venue here in town in Austin?
To play at?
Yeah, to play at.
I think sound-wise, it has to be Sierra Lounge.
I mean, vibe-wise.
Am I saying that right? Sahara Lounge. Sahara Lounge.
But I mean, like, vibe-wise, like crowd vibe overall. Like, I mean, like if you were picking.
I think the Electric Church.
Electric Church. I've never played there.
Just because of like the people that go to the Electric Church, they're very young. Most of them are. It's like. You have your people in their 30s that are still doing music, that love music, and you have people that are 21, 22, and these people are the ones that are the fans. They're bringing out crowds. Yeah. And that place will fill up, and all they do is come out and dance. There's never a fight. They're super nice to each other. They're respectful to all the bands. It's a way different vibe than playing a metal show here in town, where like metal bands can kind of be dicks towards each other, but in the psych rock community, it is quite the opposite. Yeah. And it was so crazy, like joining the Low Down and Out. Who was this with
that you played?
Low Down and Out.
Okay.
But it was so crazy.
I was gonna say Flooded Tomb
because it was like yeah. I was in Flooded Tomb. I was in Sexcult, and then playing like getting into the psych rock and playing those venues. It was totally different from anything I ever experienced. So I think that's why I kind of like those. But the Lost Well. If I'm gonna at the end of the day, it's the fucking home base. Yeah,
that's
I was trying to pick something outside. Shout out to Lost Well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody would say Lost Well. You know what I mean? Like it's like, but that's kind of a cop out if you're in a metal band here, because it is home base.
Well, what about you? I mean, we had some pretty good shows at Kick Butt Coffee.
Kick Butt is fantastic.
As Flooded Tombs, we did not. But at Sexcult, we had great shows.
Wild shows, dude. We had wild
As Flooded Tombs, shows. No, small stage. Sexcult, big stage.
Big stage, blood.
Bullshit! I'm in both bands. I'm getting pissed about one or the other. I'm like playing both shows, but I'm still upset.
Why can't I become equal? Like I just level myself out.
Well, the only thing that made us mad, it was like we were fine with just playing. Like if we
you guys never played the big stage at fucking.
No, we finally did. But it was 3 or 4 times we played there before we got to. But it wasn't like anyone's fault other than us just playing these showcases that have 10
That's
bands.
what it is, yeah, because
And
they
us
did
just
the
being
two.
kind of like a weird type of band that we don't really fit in with, like, we don't have a certain sound.
Yeah,
so
and you
therefore
can't even
it's
take
weird
that
to put it.
personally because even like their
No.
house band, which not their house band,
It's
they're like
just-
Worm Suicide.
yeah.
I've seen them play both
Right.
both stages
Yes, and they
several
have just
times.
as many members, if not more.
Yeah,
than my
and they
band.
like do a lot of booking there. I
But
imagine.
what
you
Flooded
know?
Tombs is, I have a little bit bigger of a drum set than most drummers, and because
Yeah.
I kind of I need a little bit more space, and it's full stacks. My chapped over here.
No, I was just saying.
I just saw me sweating.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you just see you like getting like getting that,
Been recording for the past 8 hours.
getting that like red Alex Jones
Yeah.
face. Like,
That was
so
the
I
only-
got this guy in a chokehold, right?
No,
and
no.
I was just like kicking at him, and I was pausing all these fucking like Michael Art movies, and I was just like,
And I was
oh,
just hitting him.
you
And
will not
Pentagram
take
was,
me.
Pentagram was playing in the background.
and it was just amazing.
Oh, so to finish that
Do you
story.
some water, man? Like, you know, like you could. We never got to your fucking show.
Right, we never got to the show. I'm sorry. We always trail off. But the point of me talking about that is because I had a bruise on my fucking eye, black eye,
Right.
and marks all around my neck.
Okay.
And at this time, we didn't have a singer. We were a 3-piece, and I used to sing the entire thing.
Oh shit!
I was
yeah,
drumming
you-
and singing
you
ever
can
since we
fucking drum
first
and
started
sing
playing.
like a
Yeah.
motherfucker. If you guys have
It
never
just
heard.
became kind of natural for me, and it's because I just picked the style of like a Max Calavera or like a fucking Al Jordanson, where they just do like one-liners on each verse or like each section. So if it's like 4/4, like I'm only gonna do 4 lines of vocals. It's
Okay.
fucking easy. I'm not doing what punk rock does and just like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Just spout. I would
Where
fucking
the vocals,
pass.
the cadence is its own instrument.
That too, I have to always go with it. So there's some little hiccups, but I'm on stage and, you know, I bring up like we're in between songs and I was like, did anyone go see Pentagram last night? Silence.
Everyone's like, oh, Scott, you son of a
Who the
bitch.
fuck is Pentagram? Was like more like everyone's fucking.
Really?
Like no one even knew who I was talking about.
Dude.
No one even knew.
Whenever I went to fucking
I think
Psycho Vegas,
there was a fucking Christian
so many
black metal
Pentagram
band that was
shirts,
opening
dude.
up for
It was
us.
like Pentagram
Playing
was the
after.
most shirts that I had seen
Yes.
at a fucking heavy metal.
But this was
festival.
after. Yeah, this is like literally the day
Yeah,
after.
I know,
Now
this
it
is
becomes a super
2019, like, yeah, they're
iconic
a-
fucking
yeah,
band at
yeah,
this
exactly.
point. Yeah,
Everyone's
everyone in
like, oh,
Austin's
Bobby
like
Lee, like-
Pentagram, but we were fucking there first.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought it up because I was like, did anyone go see it? Because I wanted to
So
like
you're at
talk about.
Headhunters.
Yes.
Did
No,
Sarah
I'm
book
at
it?
I'm at fucking Red Eye Fly, and the next day we're at Headhunters.
What is Red Eye
Because
Fly?
our shows were back to back.
What did Red Eye Fly turn into? It was
Sidewinder.
right. Okay.
And yeah, we got to
And
play.
now it's
we
just
played
a
on the
homeless
stage.
hangout.
Yeah, it was like that's when I kind of like became like the guy that booked all the shows and the money because everyone left and I was just happened to be that last guy drinking. He was like, anyone from
Okay, so this
Gorehound
can't
still
be.
here? You know, it's
this
like,
can't be 2006.
oh me.
Then,
He's
dude.
like, here's some money.
You
Yeah,
got-
it was like around
yeah.
this time. Like 2008 was like some of our last shows, and we were doing
Okay.
it for a solid 2 years. We used to play Headhunters once a month, if not twice a fucking month. Like Sarah from Stay Gold. Shout out to Sarah. Used to book our fucking band all the time, and we were at a work meeting here at Indian Roll, and I was like, she fucking looks familiar. She looks so familiar, and she was like, man, you look so familiar. And then we go out to eat to that Mexican food restaurant. And she was like, didn't I used to book your band all the time at Headhunters?
That's
I was like, that
actually-
was you.
A really good Sarah impression.
Yeah.
To be honest, like,
Sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry.
she's a such sweetheart, man. I
Yeah,
love
she's
Sarah so
a
much.
fucking
But yeah.
great person.
But no-
She loved our band and she booked us all the time. I asked her about it. I was like, did you really like our band? Or you just need people? And she was like, I don't remember what you sound like. So,
Dude, that was like
But
10 years
yeah,
ago or
yeah.
more.
And we were crazy band, dude. We used to play there on Tata Tuesdays, and it was
What's
so,
Tata Tuesday, man?
Oh man,
What is that?
They would
What
get
is
these
that?
go-go dancers, and they would just wear little tassels on their
Dude,
titties.
get this guy a mic. Like, like
We're out of mics, dude. The sound guy took everything
Get over
today.
here.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Indian
yeah,
Roller
yeah,
for letting
yeah.
us use the green room.
Go, Tatas.
So Tata Tuesday was
come sit next to me then or something.
they got fucking. Why are you over there?
Why you gotta be so far away, Chris?
These girls, go-go dancers, would just like dance on the bar top and like dance with the bands on stage,
Cut.
like just wearing like topless, like these suicide.
Like we did at that skull bar?
Yes,
Kind of like
these-
that?
it's-
Yeah.
These chicks with tattoos and like
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
piercings, and there'd be
Right.
fucking little tassels on their boobs, dancing like on stage when we were playing. Some nights we would always play Tata Tuesdays anytime they was offered. We were like, fuck yeah, we'll
Got
be there.
it. Did
Yeah.
They hook you up on that or what?
Sarah just always got us the show, and we were like there wasn't that many bands when we were first starting to do that. It wasn't how it is now. Like,
Was it a
getting back
monthly
into
thing, kind of like Jimmy Eat Wednesdays or whatever?
It was a weekly thing.
Shit.
Every Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tata Tuesdays.
How about
and it was fucking awesome. I remember I was obsessed with this one band called Blood Palm because they were like jazz metal. And they were playing a Tata Tuesday. And I believe it was like their the day before 4th of July or something like that. And they would bring down this stripper pole and they would, pole dance.
Bring down a stripper pole?
It was upstairs and they would bring it down to the crowd
Just
to dance in the middle of the crowd.
emerges,
Yeah, I
and
wish.
then like with a stripper on it,
And
and you're just like,
fucking-
dude, what kind of amazing.
And as soon as Blood Palm starts playing, they're like this super crazy jazz metal. The girls literally picked up the fucking pole and took it outside because they couldn't dance to their music. So I was kind of always jazzed that we were a complicated band, but you could still dance to it. And I was like, I think we got something going on because we were, in some of the ways you can describe it as like math rock.
Math rock? Like who would you call math rock?
We were
like
it
what
was
big
like,
ass band?
It was like
what,
it was like some Dillinger Escape Plan shit to
Okay.
where we would write songs and we would never go back to the same thing in the song. We would have up to 12 different parts in a song, but not one was ever repeated.
Why is that?
It was something
it's
that
like
had to
creative
do-
ADHD. Or
It was our
is
guitar players, Chris and Ryan, had this idea.
Dude, what the fuck, Chris? Like, goddamn.
Get over
We're
here.
talking about your band. Like, you gotta be over here for this. All right, here, come on.
No. I talked enough today.
No. Yeah. No, but no. Get into it. So like,
We wanted to do something different. We were obsessed with bands like Gojira, and we were like Mastodon at this time, and we were getting more crazy with it because we started off like listening to a bunch of Minor Threat, and we were always Sepultura fans.
Which
We
is
love
so not
Sepultura.
bad.
We were thrash.
Yeah.
It was about not being like bored on stage, or you get bored on stage. You're like, you played the same riff like for the past 5 minutes, and
Yeah, we
it's
don't
The third
wanna
time
write
we've
pop
gone back
songs.
to it, we were like over that. We were like completely, I guess. Yeah, the ADHD is definitely a good.
Okay, yeah, like just creative ADHD, and you're like the main songwriter in this, right? Or not the main, but like one of like the riff writers. Yeah.
It was really Ryan that had like really crazy.
Is
wacky
Ryan in
ideas.
Flooded Tomb also?
Chris is more the technical guy. Chris knows how to make things like technical and has like the know-how, the training, if you will, because he went to school to script this out.
School? No, I'm just kidding.
You're smart. So like it was like our dynamic, and we got our roadie to start singing. But
Okay.
I swear to God, after
Is
every
Ryan-
show I
is
played
Ryan
back in the
Flooded
day,
Tomb? Okay.
no, he's a gutter punk kid right now.
I don't know where Spencer is either, man. Maybe
He
fucking
works the
started
door
something.
over at Hotel Vegas. Everyone knows Ryan. If you met Ryan, he has one tooth. He wears mom pants. You know Ryan. You've seen him around. If you guys listen to this podcast, you know fucking Ryan.
Pants.
Yeah, he's one
That
of those.
says a lot about it.
Yeah, I know. I would throw up after every show though. I played back in the day
Damn.
from pure exhaustion.
Did you throw up after the show at fucking
No, I didn't.
or our first show because it was 2 back-to-backs?
I didn't. No, I felt great.
Yeah.
Plus, I started running and exercise like a month before we did that.
Hi.
Yeah. We really need to get that sign up. Fucking recording in progress. Yeah. Yeah. Recording. Fucking stop right now. Stop where you're at.
Yeah.
Go back.
All right. Well, what do you think's the craziest show that you've ever played?
Skullby.
Fucking same.
Yeah. I was telling
Definitely.
this story the other day. It's fucking nuts.
On the podcast?
No, just to some random
Okay.
person. Tell it.
Like, I don't know.
You know it better than me because you stayed there. Plus, I pulled my fucking sciatica.
You were
and I
there
was limping.
the whole time too, dude.
No, I had to leave. Yeah, I was like 11. I was like before they started doing the spinning of the wheel,
Well, that's gonna kind of be like what's the second coming of this show that we're gonna play in 2 weeks.
which we can't really promote because it's a secret show.
Yeah, it is a secret show. Well, we can say it's at Broken Neck, but we cannot give anybody.
Tell you where it's at.
We can tell you the name of the place, but we cannot give you the address.
I was gonna say, how do you get people to secret shows for layman person?
There's a little
somebody's
niche.
like, I do wanna
it's
go
a
to
niche
this
group.
house.
Yeah, it's a
of-
niche group.
yeah.
Like Skullby was put on by the Skid Marks and another bike club. So, all of their friends, and it had already gained momentum. I think that we played like number like 6 or something like that. Like this had been happening for a while.
Yeah.
And it's put on by this guy named
at the
Joel.
end of South by. It was
I'm not gonna like give out
nuts.
his last name
Like
or anything.
Steakhouse, you just gotta like know someone to get
Yeah,
Dude,
you have to know somebody.
It was trashed walking through like this long tunnel to get there, and
Yeah.
I got like harassed at one point. I was like bringing in equipment, and these fucking little punk fucking skater kids was like, "Hey man, you mind fucking donating some money to this fucking cause that you
playing
get to
this,
come?"
you little
Yeah,
shit.
that's exactly what I said. They were immediately like, "Oh my god, thank you for coming out and playing."
Thank you
I was
for
like,
your service,
"Get
sir."
the fuck off me!"
Like
I
all
was
of a
like
sudden
in a
you're
mood.
a fucking
I was in a
soldier
mood.
getting on a plane.
Yeah. I was already like in a mood, had a rush from work to get over there in time because I was like texting you guys the whole time. I was like, "Oh fuck, what time are we going on? What time are we going on? I'm getting out of here right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here."
And we went on right after, which is
Fury.
now, they got a lot of momentum right now.
That was their first show, huh?
That was. They like to call it Show Zero.
Nice.
Their first show,
Because it doesn't really count.
their first show, they call
Can't
it.
put it on the
as
books,
Texas.
baby.
Yeah, because it's a secret show.
Yeah. That was cool. Hell Fury's first show, and then we play, and then you guys had the awesome idea of talking to. Because the whole time, this is sponsored by Four Loko.
Yeah, it's sponsored by
That's
Four
a
Loko.
great sponsorship. For
Somehow they got
what? Drink responsible, my friend.
Did they have? Correct me. Did they have kegs of Four Loko, or did they just have pallets?
They just had pallets.
Okay, that's what.
Bunch of cans. They were pouring.
My
in the
memory
cups.
is blurry.
They weren't giving anyone a full can. At the end of the night, they were. But they had
Yeah.
topless bartenders that had like these cool paintings on their chest of like skull and fire.
Yeah.
and fucking
The
sick,
guy who
dude.
does it is a tattoo artist named Joel, and he was the El Presidente of the skid marks, or used to
Right.
be. So yeah, and
It was fascinating that this group has their own lawyer for legal purposes. I was
Yeah.
like, and he looks like a punk rock lawyer. I was like, dude, this guy.
Yeah.
Is, I need to talk to this guy. I
yeah,
was
no,
like,
dude, like he's a
wow.
very. I imagine like just a hush hush Sal Goodman kind of like, can we get arrested if we do this kind of situation
Yeah.
kind of lawyer. You know what I mean?
Pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
They had backyard wrestling.
You gotta know.
Yeah.
There's this fucking like half pipe like paved.
Well,
right?
it was being built, and now it's completed, I think.
People were
for our
skateboarding
show.
the entire time we're playing.
Dude, yeah, and then
had a
they
bottle
had
of
this.
Jack Daniels on stage. I was just chugging in between because
Yeah,
it was so hot in there.
yeah. That's what I had done. I brought a bottle of Jack because I was like really intimidated to play this because we had just come up with the idea to have the mannequin where we knock off the head and blood goes everywhere, and I wanted to do that as our first show. Was at Skull By, and then I was running it by just people at work and people that I know that have been at Skull By, and they were like, dude, if you do that, you might get your ass like super kicked.
Yeah, so we were like,
You know?
maybe not. I broke a stick, threw it out in the crowd. They threw it fucking back at me. that's the type of place that we were at. But you guys had the cool idea of getting one of the bartenders to get up on the stripper pole over there.
Yeah.
And
I knew- I'd known her, like, personally.
like pole dance as we're playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way in hell is this topless, gorgeous woman
Yeah.
stealing my time on
Beautiful.
stage.
You know.
Stealing my time on stage? So I took it to a different level that day. I was so fucking... They wanted us to play
shit.
one more song, right?
Yeah,
And
I
fucking-
can pull up a clip of the fucking video just to show for him. Like, if we
Some
want-
of the shit that was happening. I remember getting up,
No, that's,
and
that's
they wanted
rude.
us
I'm
to
not gonna
keep...
fucking touch my phone while we're fucking recording, dude.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna be like, hey, here's a clip of the girl dancing, and then you can literally see it panning, and Scott's just like,
I'm fucking
Like,
going
losing his shit.
hard. I stand up at one
Yeah.
point, like, exhausted,
Yeah, like-
wearing these little shorts, and everyone's like, yeah, you can fucking play another song. I was like, you fuckers want another fucking song? And I was, like, flicking everyone
Dude,
off.
I remember that.
And
I
it was
turned around-
just so fucking intense, and
That
I
was
went
like-
insanely
yeah,
hard that
I
day.
turned around and looked at you, and you were like, fuck no. And then I was like, and then fucking, like, I think Alex started just, like, started
Yeah, and
playing
I was already, like, I
You're
was
like, "You
standing
son
up.
of a bitch!" Yeah.
So, after that, they had backyard wrestling. As this is
Yeah.
all going on, they're throwing fucking fireworks
Dude,
at
they're
fucking
throwing
people.
fucking mortar shells. Mortar
Underneath people's
shells.
chairs as they're
in,
sitting there.
Like in the fucking mosh pit. Like we'd be playing and a mortar shell would go off. and like fucking shit would just go everywhere. And then like afterwards,
insane.
we had this dude in our band called Alex, and he just one of those dudes that like said the obvious that you don't need to say. And he's like, I almost like lost an eye, and you're like, just.
He was like walking outside, and immediately walking outside, someone threw a firework right in the eye.
Yeah.
Every right to complain. I saw some people
No,
like get
every
up
right,
and just leave, and they were like, "Yeah, leave, pussies, you fucking bitches."
Yeah.
They had a chick that was chained up
Yeah.
to a tree, and everyone grabbed a water balloon filled with glitter or paint, and we threw it at her when she was naked. And
Dude,
it got
so
to
you did stick around, dude.
I was there until the night. I saw the amateur wrestling, but they had the
Did you
wheel.
stick around for the Wheel of Death?
I did not stick around for the wheel.
Oh, dude, but not to diminish the lady that was chained being
put this on?
water balloon. Two biker clubs.
Yeah.
And
At one point, the biker was like, "Okay, that's enough," because she got hit in the face, and it was getting pretty. Because these guys were grabbing these balloons and fucking throwing them. I
Yeah,
threw
dude.
one, but it wasn't hard enough. I felt bad.
Like the
It
balloons
just
like
kind of fell. Yeah.
busting before it hits them because of like the momentum of how fast they're throwing it.
Yeah, nailed it because they were like,
Yeah,
don't fucking hit her in the face, assholes," and she gets hit in the face, and they're like, "All right, this is over.
This is done.
This is fucking over." They had some reinforcement there. Like if anyone
They
was,
did. No, they were
everyone was
policing their
acting like
own.
assholes, but yeah, they had some people that were like, "No,
Yeah, and there was like
no."
4 fist fights, like easy.
The amateur wrestling was so cool. It was a makeshift stage of like planks, like fucking
yeah, it was.
thin
It was just
planks.
like tube of like just plywood.
Yeah, and it literally caved in like at the end. But at one point, like this guy was getting kicked out, and so he has to wrestle to stay in the party.
Yeah.
And this fucking big biker guy just fucking picks him up and throws him on the other side. And next to us is the St. Gabriel, or like the fucking, what is it? The fucking St. Gabriel River?
Is that the
It's a
name?
fucking river right there. It's a fucking drop.
There is a fucking like
It's a
8-foot
cliff.
drop, like
Yeah.
right at it's right on the edge.
Yeah.
Which also
He flies off.
bugs. Also, like everybody's getting eaten by bugs this whole time too.
It was
Yeah,
pretty rough.
like,
I met
but,
some
like, yeah.
pretty cool people that were from South by. They were like from
Yeah,
Seattle.
it's
like
a secret South by post South by show.
Yeah,
Skull
so-
by
yeah.
Skull West.
Exactly. They threw that guy out of the
Yeah.
arena, and everyone was like, the whole crowd, like holding their breaths, and all you see is a hand come up. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, because dude, there is a fucking drop.
Yeah.
Like a literal, like we thought he's
Like,
dead.
if you'd
Like,
ever
he's
seen
just
the-
rolling down that hill right now, and we're gonna have to call a fucking
Yeah,
ambulance.
like if you'd ever seen the movie Death Proof, and then Zoe Bell fucking or whatever her name is, like flies off of the roof, and they're like, she goes, "I'm okay."
That's pretty much what it was.
yeah.
The stage crumples, and then we get to the fucking Wheel of Death.
The Wheel of Death, dude. That was one. That's like their most infamous thing, and it was a wheel, and it has about 20 some odd choices, and it's all lose. The best thing that you can hope for is shotgun a Four Loko.
That's literally the
best thing that you can hope for.
Chug salt was probably the worst thing I saw.
Yeah, there was. Yes,
I would smoke pubes, a biker's pubes.
Yeah,
before.
I saw several people smoke
Yes,
pubes.
there was. What was some of the things on there?
There was smoke pubes, get knocked out by a skid mark.
Yeah.
Motorboat. Somebody like one of the skid marks' butt cheeks. Lick.
Never good.
Lick. The dude who was putting it on, and I fucking forget his. They all are just doing it for bragging rights, dude.
Yeah, so you'll
Like,
go up there and spin it.
to next year.
Yeah,
You saw this chick
there
get
was
knocked
Lick
out
Joel's
by a biker
ball.
chick. Yeah,
yeah, and that was a girl.
get knocked out by a biker.
Yeah,
so
and
she
that
was a
was-
girl. We'll get a
That
biker
was
chick to do it.
That was like a
She was
girl
out.
that I actually was like kind of like on the hush, met on Tinder, I've been seeing her for like a couple of months.
And then you just videotape of her getting dropped
She goes, she's like, yeah, blam, like fucking like right in the face.
down.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one of the best things on the wheel
Was
smoke
call
crack.
your mom, dude. That was the
Oh,
best one. Was
yeah.
call your mom. There was this one kid that did do the fucking backyard wrestling. He was just trying hard for everything, and then instead of calling his mom, he's like, "I'm gonna FaceTime my mom." He FaceTimed his mom. There's
And
just
the whole
a
crowd,
sea
yeah.
of like 100 people, like, "Hi, mom!" Like
Four
like-
Loco drunk.
Yeah, Four Locos. And then of course, Smoke Crack was the only one that we were not allowed to take a video of.
Yeah, that was one of the things. That
Was
was
Smoke Crack, and that was the thing that like
It's something
whenever
you can
people
land on.
landed
Smoke
on it,
crack.
yeah, like people would be like, yes, like visibly, just like fucking like, like
And turns to you,
Just,
the
like,
biker's like,
pumping the
grabs the
fucking,
camera,
like, arms.
not videotaping this.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
And
Everybody,
he pulls out
Yeah,
a crack
anybody
pipe.
that pulled out their phone, like that shit got knocked right to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember this homeless guy beforehand. He was like way earlier in the party, and he was like fucking with the weed. He was like, "Keep landing on smoke crack. Where's this crack?
One day I'll get this crack.
Where's this crack?"
Butt cheeks, I got motorboat balls I have to lick to get there.
Chug salts, I
Dude,
still think it's
we
the
were
worst.
outside
You would
coming
die.
up with ideas, and like I was talking to Joel, the guy that was putting it on. He was like, "You got any ideas?" And like I was like, "No," but like, and then like later on, I was like, "Dude, I should have said drop in on that half-assed fucking bowl that was getting made."
Oh god, it probably could wreck the bowl maybe.
The fucking
Or
like there's this
someone
cement
could call an
bowl
ambulance.
like that was like probably like a good like 3-foot incline that was being built, and I was like, dude, if someone dropped in on that piece of shit, yeah, like you know, yeah, like
Yeah.
definitely like.
And
gonna
failing to
eat
mention
pavement.
that the last band didn't finish
Yeah, they
because the
didn't
lead
finish.
singer got jacked. No, like mosh pit happening, fucking lead singer
Yeah,
too far out in
fight
front.
broke out.
Boom, gets nailed. Glasses fall off.
Who was
Glasses
it?
get
It was
stomped on.
God-fearing fuck from
Yeah.
Houston. Was the closer.
Yeah.
And then this other band called Bad Dad was badass, and they all
were-
just dressed in like fucking diapers and like baby masks.
Yeah, it
and
was pretty
people
cool,
were
giant
fucking
diapers.
throwing fireworks everywhere.
It was insane,
just
dude.
Insane.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Fucking
we're gonna be playing another show very similar to this.
Yes.
in
what is
2
the date?
weeks.
What is the date?
The 7th.
The 7th, September 7th.
I'll give you the address. We're not allowed to put that. Whenever
Because you're cool, we'll give you the address.
Yeah, whenever
You seem
like
cool.
whenever.
I want butt cheeks, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's a skull by thing.
This is just gonna be at Broken Neck, but it is lawless land.
It is, yeah. A fire, like the inside was filling up with smoke because they were burning trash, and everyone was just getting smoked out because they were throwing dumb shit inside the fucking fire.
And you said you didn't stick around.
I left at like 11. I was so hungry. I was like, fucking my ass hurts so bad because I pulled this
tell us
entire
about
muscle.
your fucking sciatica shit.
I pulled this like entire muscle, like my sciatica is what I guess it is, but it's like from my ass all the way down to like my foot. So I'm limping like hard
At
after
what
the show.
point
and
in
I
the
was
set
fucked.
did this happen?
I believe it was in the beginning of the set.
Jesus Christ.
Like immediately just
Dude,
threw
you
myself
fucking
out.
aced it, dude. Everybody was like,
I
dude,
pushed
you
really
guys
hard.
are like really good.
Yeah. We were just fucking, yeah.
And I was like, thank you, man.
Yeah,
like,
we know.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
It's just a normal day.
We do.
It's just
Yeah.
another day at the office.
But if you guys know about the fucking show, please fucking come see us. If you know the
Yeah.
Brokeneck, you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I've been
you gotta be
putting
special.
it a little bit on blast. Like I've been talking to these kids that are have this new place going on called 523 Thompson. Have you guys heard
So
of
it's
that
just
place?
a street address. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, it is like the hub for like new kid hardcore. And I mean, you know, we need an audience. But
These
we
underground
already
shows are
have
fun
the
and
one
they're
that we've
different.
established
Yeah.
over the last 2 years. And that place is lawless as fuck. And so is Thompson.
Yeah,
like
these are cool, like DIY, super punk
I've been
rock
seeing
show.
videos of this place, and it's all super lit, like a grocery store, which is kind of weird to me. But like, it's just like kids fighting, like, and it's not. They're not even like it's starting with like the stupid like hardcore dance shit,
Right, and
but
just
it's like
getting really
evolved
into it.
into just straight up like just beat down motherfuckers.
Dude, this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and so I've been inviting like some kids from that, and I'm trying to get
Oh,
us.
great.
And I've been trying to get us booked over there too.
So yeah, all these underground shows I'm looking forward to. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's definitely a different feel from
Soft
playing a venue
opening.
or.
But I mean,
playing-
at the same time, though, we do have shows booked at like the Lost Well and like Hole in the Wall, and then we're also playing King's Fest too, which is a cool thing to plug.
Yeah, and we'll definitely come back. We'll have you come back and we'll talk more because we do got to wrap it up.
All right, man, let's wrap
now.
it.
But please fucking go and find Sexcult on Facebook. Give us a like. Follow us on the showcases. So you
Scott
can see
plays
some of these.
drums.
I fucking play drums. I wear this gimp mask and they pour blood on me. No, I don't. I get naked. I'm just a monster back there. You know what I do.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen me play. But yeah, give
Give us a thing.
blank. Shout out to BANGover. Shout out to
Shout out
Indian
to
Roller.
Sarah.
Yeah. Shout out to Sarah.
Shout out to Bria. Shout out
yeah.
to fucking Claire Pellers.
Yeah, thank
Shout
you,
out
Indian
to-
Roller. Please come check out Indian
Gorehound.
Roller. It's a fucking great place.
Shout out to.
Old school.
Yeah.
Shout out to Head
All these
Hunters.
is just a shout out.
Shout out to
episode.
Red Eye
and the
Fly.
Caterpillars.
Let's just keep plugging shit
Capitalist.
that doesn't exist. Shout out to fucking Dunkaroos.
Follow BANGover on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Fucking. We don't have a Twitter yet, but we're working on it.
Hotmail.com.
Thanks again, Blaine, for coming
Yeah,
on
dude,
to
thanks
this,
for having
man.
me,
Yeah,
man. I
fucking
love it.
awesome. And we'll do this again for sure.
Yeah, I would
'cause we didn't
love
have
to.
enough time today, but
Yeah, I would love to.
Fucking
This is
great.
Fucking great. All right, man.
Thanks,
Cheers.
y'all.
Mike, cheers.